Alright, I would like to convince the world that, I want to play my part in ending this fictitious flat earth bullshit. Okay? The entire species of humanity was built and has the structure of evolution, and it can be found regardless of what anybody says. It's completely, like, mentally irresponsible to say evolution was a lie. You're mentally young and you still will learn. But evolution is not a lie. Evolution is in our own back doors. We have to teach our children that, and evolution is not a lie. Evolution, we need to teach kids evolution. We need to teach kids the truth. That it's true. And sometimes, like, it's just the entire human civilization has adapted through change. We've actually seen it. The more technology we create, the fatter we get. The more video games people play as a kid, like, it changes. It'll change their kids. The next generation, like the people that played video games when they were a kid, they grow up and they have kids. They're gonna be different. And the kids that grew up playing basketball or reading or anything that's not behind a TV screen, they'll be different. They'll be logicians, probably. Well, it's not just mental, but physically. Where are they going to be born fat, overweight, or are they going to be underweight or normal? Depends on their genes and their life of the parents. Like, after a lot of generations of this new life of technology, it's going to change the DNA of children and new birth babies. It's just going to change, and especially since, like, it's getting more and more normal for women to smoke cigarettes when they're pregnant. Just because of how simple life is, because of all of our evolution so far. But they say evolution is evil, and it's EVILution. Well, that can be true. Evil backwards is live. So do you want to live your life, or do you want to live a lie? Say evolution's not real. When you think about it, the metaphorical belief of the apple and the tree of knowledge, I mean, like, we got it, like, it's kind of inspiring how, like, if you eat the tree of knowledge, their brain they just get, like, this feeling, this, like, this bzz feeling, and it's just a feeling of brain cells growing at an exaggerated high, like, very high rate, forming like you are God, It's just very metaphorical, and that is what humanity is going to do now. I mean, like, in a small sense, the Holy Bible can still be, like, mostly certain things can be taken from it as more of a artistic suave, and that's it. No real belief. If we want to adapt as a species, or adapt our minds to new change of evolution and mental capacity, we got to treat old religions just as a metaphorical state, And, we just have to adapt to change. We just have to become metaphorical, with our religions and our taste, because even the devil can convince evolution exists with one song, Do the Evolution by Pearl Jam. But the world is going to become more metaphysical. Our beliefs are going to be more mathematical and metaphysical. Metaphysical geometry and metaphysical science. Everything's going to be esoteric. We're all going to be ditching the Holy Bible for some theosophical books. That's just the higher society. The lower society might stay the same with no belief system and just trying to live life the hard way. But the higher people might ditch the Holy Bible for theosophical concepts, just for, just adapt into the mind and not really fully believe it, but just adapt it to the mind. And blind belief makes you weak. If you understand what you believe and still believe it's right, then maybe you are kind of gifted in your own way. We have to, like, adapt to everything around us. It's called adaptation, our brains, we feel the stimuli when it grows. That's basic knowledge. It should be basic knowledge. Being a logician and knowing all that should be basic knowledge in a new, better society, a new golden age, which should be coming into place. All the all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. The only thing that would erase that would be, honestly, religion, like Christianity and the belief of Christ. Well, if he was real, then why is he adapted to witchcraft? If you go into a New Age store and you see this higher knowledge stuff and it's adapted to relate to Christ, then if you adapt witchcraft or magic, that's higher knowledge is magic. And if the old religion of Christ rejected magic, then and the character has to find a way to adapt to new ideas, then there's no credibility in that religion. But it's true. Two ways it can be scary. Like, if there is a God, that's scary. If there is no God, that can be scary too. If there is a God and he judges us and destroys the human race like the enemy of the human race, like he does in the Holy Bible, then we are screwed. Because if we enter a new golden age, God might try to wipe us out because of jealousy, or that he thought that a happy society that thrives is somehow a failure, or a society that has their own free will of the devil, which is free will, is, which, but if there is no God, then the only people that have the reins of control are ourselves. And if we are not evolved enough, we might be scared of that idea, that there is nothing ruling us and we are in charge ourselves. If we are less evolved, as we clearly are, chaos might ensue. Maybe in a few more centuries we'll be evolved enough to know there really is no God, and we can just accept that and become, and we'll just accept that man is God. Maybe one day. Not this century, probably.